All right, ladies and gentlemen, another week in the books, NFL action, and my picks were pretty good, not too bad. 9-5, a couple teams on a bye week, so now we're starting to really figure out who teams are, or so we think. Because so far, I've been doing all right. So let's recap how I did last week. First off, let's start with the Thursday night action there. The Chicago Bears, it wasn't a fluke against Denver as they turned it up and got some offense going once again as they blew away the Commanders and they blew away the pick I made, and I got that one wrong. So I took the L on that one. And the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. Yeah, I really thought the Bills were going to keep on rolling, and they just got rocked. They just couldn't get nothing going offensively. So I started out the week pretty bad. 2 losses in a row for me as the Bills go down as I pick them. And let's keep it going. Why not? Atlanta Falcons, Houston Texans. Man, I guess the Texans are who we thought they were. CJ Stroud's invincible run has come to an end as they go down to the Atlanta Falcons, which are very mixed team. Sometimes they play well and sometimes they go down. This time they got it together and they got the win. Unfortunate for me, I got the loss. So 3 straight losses for me, but don't call it a comeback because I'm going here. Carolina versus Detroit. Easy pick. Carolina, just young and still learning. Couldn't get anything going offensively. And the Detroit Lions are starting to make that climb to be a playoff team, and they won and did what they're supposed to. That's what you want if you want to take your team to the next level, which is what they did. So there's a win for me. And in the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans, even though Anthony Richardson goes down once again, it seems to be a habit. Week in, week out, he doesn't finish a game, but the Minshew magic is alive, and he comes in clutch and wins the game. And they got Jonathan Taylor back, so they're looking like they're going to be kicking on all cylinders. And the Titans still kind of slowly sliding down. Their decline is showcasing right in front of us. The Colts look tough as they win, as I picked them to win. And pretty much an easy pick for anyone who's watched football this year. The Miami Dolphins at home. If it wasn't for a huge interception for 102 yards for a touchdown, they might have scored 50 points. They scorned the Giants team as they just clobbered them. Easy pick. Miami Dolphins get the job done. And the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. The Saints keep on marching, as I keep saying. I keep picking this team. Alvin Kamara's back. They're just looking well balanced again. Their offense wasn't getting 3 yards per play like the week before. They just take down the Patriots team is just falling apart at the seams. The defense, the strong suit, not looking very strong. Offense, they give Denver Broncos run for their money, which offense can be least productive. As yeah, definitely time to think about doing something different at quarterback. Mac Jones just not the answer for the New England Patriots, but I got the answer right because I picked the New Orleans Saints to get the win. And the Baltimore Ravens Pittsburgh Steelers. Shame on me for betting against this Steelers team. Mike Tomlin showing his team still has heart as they go out. TJ Watt single-handedly wins the game in the second half, and they get some offense, and they get going, and they make me look like a fool. Once again, they get the win, and I get the loss as the Ravens are just Jekyll and Hyde. They're hot and cold. You don't know what's going to happen when that team hits the field. As I get the loss there. Cincinnati Bengals did what I thought they could do is they got the long ball going. Joe Burrow actually looked like he wasn't limping around. He looked healthy, and he was throwing strikes all over the field. Even though the Cardinals gave him a run for his money, he was able to prevail. And Jamar Chase, career day, not necessarily a career day, but had a big day catching the ball, just getting behind the defense, making plays, looking like himself in his rookie year when he was unstoppable. But, the Bengals got the win. I got the win. I will take it. And the Philadelphia Eagles, I thought this game was going to be closer against the Rams. The Rams back to full strength. Cooper Kupp's back. And so are all the catches, man. The guy had well over 100 yards. Both the receivers are looking tough. I can't think of the other guy's name for some reason. I'm drawing a blank, but he is looking great. But the Philadelphia Eagles are looking better. As Jalen Hurns just throwing it, running it, doing what needs to be done. They do that sneak for a touchdown again. Other teams hate it, but they just don't understand. They hate what they can't understand. So the Eagles just keep on getting it done, ground and pound. They're looking like they're on their way back to try to get that Super Bowl that they missed last year, as they got the win with me. And the Jets, Jets, and the Denver Broncos. The Broncos came out firing like they always do. Opening drive, touchdown, looking like, all right, this team's got it figured out. But they couldn't stop the run to save their lives. It wasn't Zach Wilson beating them. Actually, he tried to do everything he could to give the Broncos the win. But Nathaniel Hackett did the smart thing. He came back, a revenge game for him. And they just ran the ball right down the Broncos' throats, and they couldn't stop them. Breece Hall is averaging 9 yards a carry as they rocked, and they got the run game going. The Broncos couldn't stop them to save their lives. And even though that pitiful defensive performance, they had a chance in the end to at least tie the game. But a costly turnover as Russell Wilson's running with a loaf of bread, just giving the ball out, and linebacker Williams just makes a great play. Any linebacker would do, gunned him down, knocked that ball out. And Breece Hall, the defensive back, Bryce Hall, scooped it up in stride, and you could just see how slow Troutman is, as he couldn't even get anywhere near him as he scoops it up and seals their fate. Congratulations to the Jets. The Broncos are on their way to maybe fire sale, move on, try to rebuild this team, because that's what they definitely need. That's why, as a Bronco fan, I picked against them. I figured the Jets would get it done, and they did. Not an easy pick, but just a tough pick, because it's always tough to pick against your own team. And the Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings. As I predicted, one team knows how to win. The Chiefs always find a way to get the job done. Mahomes, he'll have a bad game, but he'll get that last drive together and get the team to win, which he did. And the Minnesota Vikings went down. They put up the good fight. Kirk Cousins, one of the leaders in touchdowns and yards. But Justin Jefferson goes down. Most likely he's heading to IR, so he's going to be out for a little while, and that's going to be a very big blow to this Minnesota Vikings team, who's already struggling, and maybe they're possibly consider blowing up this team and starting over. But I got the pick right there. And Monday night action, the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders, ugly on offense, couldn't get anything going. Devontae Adams, very frustrated, not getting the football. It's not Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball anymore. And an ugly one. The Raiders' defense has really been their strength all year long as they continue. Max Crosby is. If you played Super Tecmo Bowl as a kid, you remember there's those guys that just instant. Ray Childress, instant penetration, just getting to you as soon as you snap the ball. Just have no chance. A game wrecker, which is what he did against the Packers, and forced Love to make a lot of mistakes. And the Raiders just hung in there and did enough to get the win. And at least they beat someone else besides the Broncos, because it seems like that's the only team they know how to beat. But they do get the win, even though their fans want Josh McDaniels out. They're not in last place in their division. I'll just say that. They got the win. I got the loss because I figured the Packers would get the job done. So fair enough for them. And last but not least, my pick for game of the week. And it was anything but that. As the San Francisco 49ers, man, they're just, I said this, everyone's going to sleep on Kittle here. Greg Kittle, forgotten about. Nonetheless, he catch 3 touchdown passes. This guy, that's just what makes this Niners team so tough, man. You got Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, and then you got Kittle just running around free in the middle of the field, and the Cowboys accounted for everyone else except for him. He has a field day. They do that fake end, or do an end around throwback, fake screen, throw it to Kittle, and he gets behind the defense. The creativity you see from Kyle Shanahan in this offense is just amazing. And Brock Purdy just doing his job efficiently, and they just blow up the Cowboys. And their offense looks like they need to figure it out quick, because Dak Prescott not looking like the man they paid produce, because he is definitely not producing. But I got the pick right. So that week 5 in the books. I go 9-5, which is pretty good. I'm trying to keep on my solid record. Stay tuned later because I'm posting my picks for week 6. This is just my new format here. I want to do my results and then do my picks for the next week in another video. So thank you guys. Let's play some ball. Let's see what happens in the upcoming weeks of NFL action.